Today we are going to look at Skull. This here is a pretty cool little game where you are trying to avoid to take up the skull. You're trying to place your bid and draw the most flowers without getting the skull because, well, then you have failed. In this video I'm going to show you how to set up this game and how to play it. So let's just take a look at this. First, each player needs to choose a player color. Put that tile face down with the blank side up. Then we need to take the flower tokens as well, but also one skull with the same matching backside. We then place it out on the table in front of us. Our player boards face down, but also the tiles that we're gonna have on our hands in a pile face down. So this game is about you placing tiles from your hand, face down in front of you. Once you have placed it, you will also bid. Bidding meaning that you will say how many tiles you can flip over without getting to the skull. If you get a skull, well, you have failed. If you do not get any skulls under the amount of flips that you said you're gonna make it, well, then you have succeeded. During your turn, you will place, you will bid, and then you will bluff your way, hopefully to a victory. But how do we play this? The first phase of this game is where every player picks one tile in secret and places them in front of them on their player board, face down. But the first player gets to go last, meaning that once all of the other players have placed their tiles, when then the first player gets to place there. So once everybody have placed their badge, well, the game actually starts, starting with the first player. And during your turn, you can do two things. You can either choose to place one more tile above the one you have already placed, making sure that all the other players know how many tiles you have placed. Or you can choose to start the bidding. Once you can't or simply don't want to place any more tiles in front of you, you can start the bidding. Now, the bidding is where you say a number, lower or equal to the amount of tiles out in the playing area. You can't say higher because, well, there's not that many tiles, man. Now, the number that you say is the amount of tiles you think you can flip over without getting to the skull. When you flip over the tiles, you need to finish your tile first, meaning that you need to empty it. And then you can start to flip over any opponent's tiles as well. You can also choose to raise the bid, meaning that you might feel brave and feel like you can flip over more tiles than what you previously said. So you can choose to raise the bid. But if you do not feel that brave, well, then you can also choose to pass. If you pass, you simply push your player board into the center of the play area with your tiles on that you have not flipped up. The game will continue just like this until all players but one have chosen to pass. So when we have one player left, this is where we start to go into the challenge. So now we come into step number 3. These players have passed and does not feel like they can flip over the amount of tiles that this player think that they can. Now they have set a number that is either lower or equal to the amount of tiles in place. Now this player needs to flip over the tiles, starting with their own tiles, remember? Meaning that they should empty their own tile pile before they start flipping over the others. If they have said the same amount as there are tiles in play, well, they would need to flip over all the tiles. So this player's goal would now be to flip over tiles and hopefully not get the skull. If they get the skull, well, they have failed. If you flip over your own skull from your own tile, well, you would need to gather together your tiles and then select one to leave the game. Now, for the rest of this game, you will only have these tiles left until you accidentally pick a skull again. Then you would lose yet another tile. But if you accidentally draw an opponent's skull, Well, then you need to gather all your tiles and give them to that player. And now that player will pick what tile from your pile that will leave the game. But that player may not look at the tiles as they eliminate one. But if you, on the other hand, manage to take away all the tokens from the boards that you said you would, well, then you win that round. And then you get to flip over your tile to the other side. If the flower is already up and you win the round, well, then you have won the game. So if you manage to flip your tile over to the flower side, well, you win the game. But you can actually also win the game if all of the other players have lost all of their tiles. There you have it, my friend. That is how you play Skull. This is quite a neat little game. I mean, you could pretty much use this as a party game as well. You bet, you lose, you get eliminated, or you happily win the game. If you want to know more about Skull, well, check out the links down in the description and you will see more of this quite pretty neat little game. If you like the video, well, comment. If you like the channel, subscribe. But most importantly, my friend, please remember to keep on spreading that board gaming love I know you all have. Peace out.